Matthew, Trae, pleasure to be speaking with you both today. Matthew,
Hey.
you get the first question because you spent the most time working on this project out of anyone. So that question, how are you today?
Uh, how am I today? I'm very good. Yes, I did. It was about all in about 4 years of work, but today it's worth it, and it feels great.
Did you know outright you didn't want to just write and produce, but also direct?
Yeah. I went to film school. I've studied to be a director, and I directed a film. It was an HBO film for the Weinstein Company in the early aughts. I've directed commercials. I like writing. I love visual effects. But my heart is with directing and the work. So I knew I wanted to do it.
Well, Trey, thank you as well for taking the time.
Pleasure.
When did you find out that you were playing Gil in this project?
Ooh, like where was I? Or like,
Well, I was going when, but I'll take the where too if you have that good of a memory.
yeah, when I found out, it was actually really, I found out right before I was about to leave to go to Alaska. I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I was about to go to Alaska. I was in Burbank. I was actually I was filming my friend's senior thesis in his bathroom. And my manager called me, not him, me. My manager called me. And yeah, and she was like, "Hey, remember that thing you auditioned for a little while ago?" I was like, "Yeah, kind of." And then she told me about it. I was like, "Oh my God, that one, the one with the alien." And yeah, then everything kind of just like went to Alaska, then went right to New Mexico.
So, Matthew, when in the process of helming this whole thing did the casting start?
The casting started in earnest about 4 months before production.
Mhm.
So, I think it kind of started right after Christmas. I don't remember the year, but it was about 4 months before principal photography. We kind of had some ideas. I think our casting director onboarded right around Christmas, but it was a long process, especially with the young performers looking at tape, taking meetings, and finding our Renee, finding our Gil. That was the most challenging but rewarding aspect.
So, I think it was about 2 years ago where we saw the Hollywood Reporter embargo lifted and said, "Hey, starring in the film, we have Trey and we have Omari and that kind of thing." How long did you sit on production being scheduled in some form before it being announced?
Oh, I mean, we knew we were making it probably about a year prior to that. And we but it's one of those things too, where you don't want to sound the trumpets just yet. Let's make sure everything's falling
Yeah.
together. Still, it's like you get a yes and you get another yes, and it's like, oh, I think we're doing this, but let's get three more yeses before we tell the world.
Well said. Trey, back to you here. That's really funny that you found out you got it while helping your friend out with a thesis kind of project and all that. But was there a lot of prep needed for the Gil role for this movie?
Look, when I first heard that I got it, I immediately printed it out, made notes. I actually typed all my notes out of my typewriter because that's all I had. My computer was broken at the time.
Oh,
Um, so I don't know if you know
I did not know
that.
that. I'd like to see
I
that.
still have the sheet actually.
Okay, copy.
So I printed out the script and I printed out all my notes right after that, and then I went to my mentor, David Wells, who's a film study coach that I've been going to for forever. I'm the only person in his class. He's really an old school Hollywood dude, and took it to him, studied with it for like a week or two before I had to leave, first to Alaska, then to New Mexico. But yeah, I took the pretty traditional actors route. I made my notes. I went to my mentor and talked to him about it, and the rest from there is history, and everything else was from this dear man right here. All of his great direction.
Thank
to
you.
be clear, not the David Wells that threw a perfect game for the Yankees when he was hungover.
No, not that David Wells. I wish that would be great. No, actually, I don't wish. He's a great guy. We're trading for the first.
There you go. Now back to you, Matthew. And by the way, does anyone call you Matt or are you Matthew to everybody?
No, most people personally, you can call me Matt. It's easier, it's shorter. Call me Matt. It's totally fine.
Matt, you mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, hey, 4 years to basically make this thing before the public could see it. But as a creative guy, are you already, or rather always thinking one or two projects ahead? Like, embargoes aside, you know what's coming next?
Yeah, I'm starting a film in October called Darklight. I'm producing it with a lot of the same. Heartbeat's not involved this time, but Jesse Jensen and Cassandra Killian.
Mhm.
A lot of the same people that I worked with on the last show. Josh Cook, who was played Agent Brown in Xeno. He co-wrote it with me, and he's going to be in it. So we're starting that in October. I would say Jesse Jensen probably wishes I thought further ahead. I think he would like it. I am sort of what's in front of me, I get obsessed with it and I eat, sleep, breathe it, and
Sure.
I have to get it to a certain point before I can start asking that question, what is next?
Well, Trey, are you allowed to say what's next, or we have to wait for, the infamous embargoes to lift?
For me or him? Because I
Well, I mean, we now know where Matt is at, but Trey, you were ducking a little bit during that response from Matt.
no, for myself, I just finished a great indie film in Florida and in June. I had the privilege to do it with two of my best friends. And we were there for like 4 weeks and it was great
What's it
shit.
called?
It's called Urchins by Adam Ryu. He's a great guy, great director. I've known him for a long time, worked with him in the past. Just a great coming of age, teen road trip movie. It's very grounded. It was a good time. We had a terrific time filming it.
Well, two quick questions, then I let you both go. And I'm curious, Trey, was this the first film that you'd made in New Mexico?
Yes, this is the first one that I've ever made. This was the first time I've ever been to New Mexico. But my mother spent a lot of time in New Mexico when she was younger because her grandparents lived there. So she had some knowledge of New Mexico when we went there, so it made it feel like a lot more homey for me. But yeah, it was the first film I've ever filmed in New Mexico. I would actually love to film there again because of just how much I kind of learned to love. Not even learned to love, just like kind of it accepted me, I accepted it, and just I would love to go back, especially filming something would be great.
Hint, hint, Matt. Hint, hint for a future project. Well, last question, which goes to both of you. Matt first. What's the last concert that you went to? Do you remember?
Oh, the last concert?
Yeah, come
Oh
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? I just saw I went with my son for John Williams at the Hollywood Bowl. Wow. So we got to do the whole lightsabers in the air and I got to be super excited about the Indiana Jones march and all that stuff. So
Wow. Do you know yours, Trey?
I don't even want to say mine anymore, actually,
Sure.
because that's so amazing. Actually, I went to go see The Weekend.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's wrong with the weekend?
No, nothing's wrong with The Weekend. I'm not a huge Weekend fan, which I got the tickets for my friend. I was like, let's go. We're gonna have a great time, and it honestly was a great time. He's an incredible performer. But after hearing that, like
I mean,
that's like
John Williams night
amazing.
was pretty great.
What sounded amazing, yes. It
I've
was
never gotten to see John Williams live. I've seen his son play because his son is in Toto. Do people know that?
I just found that out
Yeah.
at John Williams at Hollywood Bowl. The people we went with, one of them leaned forward and went, "Do you know that his son's in Toto?" And my brain went,
That's insane. Wait, what does he play?
He's the lead singer, Joseph Williams.
Wow.
"Yeah, that's him."
I don't know that.
They're out there. But hey, this isn't the John Williams interview. This is the Xeno interview. Thanks again to you both and looking forward to all those future projects. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Take care.
Paltrocast.